Hey, hello everybody, Zack Tech is here with your TNA Impact Wrestling review for tonight, 9/29/2011. Overall, tonight's Impact Wrestling heading to Bound for Glory. Okay, like I said in the past, it's TNA. It's hit or miss. Others is an okay Impact tonight. A lot of segments tonight. So, at least they're building towards Bound for Glory a little bit tonight. Continuing the whole Robert Roode build, which is kind of cool. Which reminds me, let's kick it off. Robert Roode came out, blah, 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 blah. Actually, Sting came out first. And then Robert Roode came out talking about beating up Angle at Bound for Glory and everything. Promised to defeat him and yada, yada, yada. So there you go with that. And then we kick it off with a little X Division action. An X Division ladder match. It was Alex Shelley versus Brian Kendrick versus Jesse Sorensen versus Kid Cash versus Zima Ian. Over this match. Good opener to the TNA Impact tonight. Decent X Division action. Great high spots from Zima. And Alex looked very well, but I said on the attack line that Alex was my pick to win. But it was Brian Kendrick. I know some people would say Brian Kendrick should deserve it more than Alex because Brian didn't get his full rematch yet after losing to Austin at No Surrender. He had to re-earn his shot instead of just getting it automatically. He had to fight to get it, especially in this ladder match where he did fight for it. Got up and grabbed the contract, but he didn't grab he didn't grab the clipboard. He just grabbed the contract. He didn't grab the clipboard, just the paper. So it'll be Brian Kendrick taking on Mr. Austin Aries at TNA's Bound for Glory. Then we get on to our second match, which took a little while to get going because we had another segment involving Jeff Jarrett and Karen calling out Kaz and Karen's assistant for the knockouts, Miss Brooks, Tracy Brooks. Last week, Kaz and Jeff got into a little bit of an argument, and this week, Jeff called Kaz out to the ring, calling him about being an ungrateful bastard after giving him so many chances to return to TNA, save for Tracy. They got into a little fight. But once Jeff called Tracy a 10-cent whore, that's when Kaz just lost it. Beat the shit out of Jeff. Security came flying down. D-Lo came flying down. Simon Diamond came out like the road agents. All the Orlando security. They just tore it up. And I smell a match between them two. I was like thinking about a mixed tag match. Being Kaz and Brooks versus the Jarretts at Bound for Glory. That's what I'm thinking. But being that Karen's a little bit of a pussy, she'll probably pick someone to take her spot. And I think they should put Karen's knockout law on the line in this mixed tag match. That if Kaz's team wins, Karen loses the job and then goes to Tracy Brooks where it belongs in my mind and everybody else's mind. Because Tracy knows what it feels like to be a knockout. Karen just like to be the boss, basically. Be the queen bee. So there you go with that. But I'd say that would be a prediction for me for a match at Bound for Glory that hasn't been announced yet. Being Kaz and Brooks in a mixed tag against the Jarretts, where Karen's knockout laws on the line. Speaking of the queen bee, that leads us to our second match, which was a Queen's qualifier. Who would be the third and final challenger for winner's title to join Mickey and Velvet? It was Madison Rayne versus Tara. I was kind of disturbed for this match, kind of creepy because of Madison hitting on her Hebner the whole match. It's just kind of like cringe-worthy television at its best. A 20-year-old trying to hit on a 50-year-old. I know it's television, but it's like, you had to turn away. Like, every time she got all touchy-feely on him, I was like, look away. I was like, and because of that, the match sucked a little bit. You know, it was like, okay, Taylor did a good moves, but as I predicted, Madison cheated to win, putting her feet on the rope, and didn't see it. Oh, had to die. Goodbye. Oh. Remember chicks laugh. I know I mentioned that before in a review. Anyway, Madison wins it. She gets to join Velvet and Vicky in the match. Now I said this on my attack line. I predicted that not only would Madison will win because we did another Bangle in the Fatal 4-Way, but I also fully predicted that Madison would cheat. Boy, was I right on both accounts. Take that to the bank. Zack attacks right again. Then we had on the Crimson coming out, wanting to beat the shit out of Joe. Joe came flying down. And Crimson came out and spilled the fuck out of Joe. And Morgan to come out to help after Joe attacked the ankle that he injured on Crimson again. So they go with that, with Crimson getting his ass beat by Joe until Morgan came out for the save. Also didn't mention there was a post-match match with Jesse Neal taking on Mexican America's Hernandez, but apparently Mexican America attacked Ink Inc. as revenge for what Ink Inc. did last week to Mexican America at the tattoo parlor last week. They beat the shit out of Anarchia. And apparently it's reported that Hernandez's contract is up on TNA Impact Wrestling. No one on whether or not they're going to renew it or not, especially since they booked the match as Mexican America, as I kind of thought, will be defending the titles against Ink Inc. at Bound for Glory. Whether it will change by then, by whether or not Hernandez gets fired or not, by contract disputes, we'll see what happens eventually if Mexican America are the champions by then. Then, mention this my technically, I had to get up early tomorrow morning for my triple header, so I fell asleep a little bit during the Anderson versus Pork match. It was an okay matchup for what I saw when I was away. It was an okay matchup. And apparently from what I saw at the end, that Devon's sons got involved in the match. Pope got him in the match, helped him get the win over Mr. Anderson. And Devon got to chastise him after the match, saying that if they're going to get in the ring, it's on Devon's terms, not the Pope's. So there you go with that. And then we had our main event. AJ Styles versus Robert Roode. Another match involving Fortune member against Fortune member. And like the match against Cass 2 weeks ago, this match was pretty good of a main event tonight on Impact. A little slow going the first 2 minutes of doing like holds and stuff. Holds and counters, and all of a sudden it got going. Great roll-ups and counters, and half Neo falls in the end. And Robert once again got a counter on AJ. AJ was trying to go for the Pele again. He got the Pele once on Robert Roode, Bobby Roode. Roode ducked the second attempt of the Pele, caught AJ in the cross face, got AJ to tap out, and AJ brought it tonight. Like I said, I've always been an AJ fan. And I hope AJ comes back to Providence. But we'll see what's up with Roode first as he heads towards his match against Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory. We didn't see a lot of Kurt tonight. We saw Kurt come out doing the opening promo with Roode and Sting. And we didn't see Hardy tonight. We did not see Hardy tonight at all. So maybe we'll see a lot more Hardy next week in Knoxville. I thought this week was going to be in Knoxville, but apparently next week will be in Knoxville. So then Hulk Hogan announced, but we were hoping not to. Well, we kind of feared. He announced his retirement to end Impact. Now, I kind of agree with Sting. I don't believe shit of what Hogan's saying. You know Hogan's going to fucking... Let me say this. Hogan's not going to retire yet. I bet you $10 he's going to do all this shit about being retired. And then next week, during this big retirement party, he's going to have Sting come out. Sting's going to come out. And then he's going to coach Hogan out of retirement for one night only. I bet you Sting and Hogan will be Hogan's last match. Like, Hogan's going to say, oh, I'm going to retire. He's going to announce it and everything. Then he'll wrestle Sting. And then he'll retire for real. You know what I mean? I don't believe shit about Hogan retiring. Because they know this match between Hogan and Sting has been built up for so long. They're going to have this storyline end with Hogan retiring. Storyline-wise, or we or not. You know what I mean? So I say Hogan will be coaxed out of retirement in some way by Sting next week. And Sting said it perfectly clear. Wow, Hogan, should have known. Seeing you in Superman Commando back in 1991, 20 years ago, you were good at Superman Commando. What Oscar-winning performance tonight, Hogan? He was trying to be sincere about being with the guys backstage, thinking he supported them, teach them everything he knows. And then boom, you know what I mean? Hogan cried. I call it fake crying. He probably like put some stuff in his eyes and tried to pretend to cry. That's what I think. Will or not, Hogan's retired. But probably next week he'll pull a Michael Jordan, or in this case, a Brett Favre, and say, I'm back. I'm going to wrestle Sting. That's my prediction. The Hogan will wrestle Sting about for glory. Overall, this Impact tonight was decent at best tonight. And he talked about for glory. Now, wrestling. Okay, wrestling. A lot of guys were down at the card tonight. Hopefully to get some spot on the Impact in the next 2 weeks in Knoxville. Especially had he talked about for glory. Building feuds with RVD and Jerry Lynn, which is going to be a Full Metal Mayhem match. With like no DQ, anything goes. You know what I mean? So there you go with that. And that is my TNA Impact review for tonight. I told you all to do Techland. I won't be making a Techland tomorrow because I am geeking all night and all day. With that in mind, just been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Yeah.